What do I think of African politicians? I love them. They're my brothers. I love African politicians. They're my brothers. Because that is a trick question. They make you live in a trick world. You see, let me tell you something. The only politician who's got anything to say about Africa right now, who's got to say about anything that goes on in Africa, is the President of America. That's how it's set up. So it's not like we're ready to go and start some little small conflict with our brothers and sisters. It's a time to stand united. So you're not going to divide me from anybody out there because they're politicians and say that this one's from this party or that one's from that party. I don't even see that. I see Africans, and I know they've got nothing to say at the end of the day. They can decide certain things, yes, in a small way, but in the real thing, when we say Africa, Africa is not a small thing. You cannot take the big continent of Africa and then start talking trivialities with Africa and say, what do you think of African politicians? But from the moment you say the word Africa, you're talking about a concept that is beyond politics, that is beyond any of those things. But the thing, they always try to belittle Africa and put Africa in some small conversations that have to do with small trivial things where uneducated people are peddling their own little merchandise of thought and half thoughts and what I'm saying, and all that type of stuff. And they expect you to go and get degrees in that. Go get educated and get a degree, get a degree in philosophy or whatever, in some half-truths. From the moment you say Africa, you talk about creation. From the moment you say Africa, you're talking about the Bible, you're talking about the Quran, you're talking about everything that's ever existed. So if you say, what do I think of African politicians? It doesn't exist. There's no such thing. There's politicians and there's Africans, But if we're going to talk about politicians with influence, who care who does what people have, then it's Obama. That's why I talk straight to Obama all the time, because it's like, there's no point I go start make war with my brothers here about nonsense. But about our future world, the only guy who can send drones after you right now is Obama. I tell you something, no guy can do that. Mugabe cannot send no drone after I. You see, you're going to want to make Mugabe look bad. And